G'day guys, I own the DJI Mini SE and it's been a cool drone. I've had a lot of fun with it. At one point I even got it stuck by the propeller in a tree. Well, over New Year's Eve and New Year's Day I had a great time flying the drone around. I took it out for the final sunset of 2021 and also the very next day I took it to the beach up here in the Kapiti coast. And I was just flying along, and as you may have seen in a previous video, something just snatched the drone out of the sky. Just threw it out of the sky and onto the ground. As you can see here, it was a reasonably dramatic crash, but I got off pretty lightly because I got a nice lucky landing upside down on a lawn. And I think it was mainly upside down. Actually, it was probably tumbling, because when I found the drone, I noticed that both the left side arms were broken. They were basically snapped off. That is to say, on the front arm, the motor part had snapped off, whereas the rear leg had snapped off at the rotation point. What I discovered from the crash is that it looked like the screws had unscrewed from the propeller, and once the propeller had separated from the body of the drone, it was really not much use to it at that point, and the drone just simply couldn't correct or stabilize itself using only the 3 remaining props. The main thing I was concerned about was that the gimbal wasn't damaged. And so once I got the drone home, I tested it to check that the gimbal was working and that all the motors were working, and they were, so that was fantastic news. Now at this stage, you've got a couple of options. One, I could send it to a service outlet to get it repaired, to get the brackets replaced that are broken and have those professionally repaired and then sent back to me. Secondly, I could try and get the parts and then fix it myself. But I took the third option, and that was just to bung it full of super glue and see how I get on. Now you may be reeling back from that, just thinking, what on earth are you thinking? But let me explain my mentality here. The Mini SE is a cheap drone. It's the cheapest drone in the DJI lineup. Now if I send it away to get professionally repaired, then all of a sudden my outlay on the drone goes up quite considerably. Even if I order the parts and fix it as best I can, there's a chance that I'll damage it more, and that will eventually cost me more too. Right now the gimbal is working, the motors are all working. My priority is to keep the drone in the air so I can use it for the purpose I got it for, which was to record video and photos. And to me, it doesn't really matter so much how I managed to achieve that. And so bunging it full of super glue, it adds a little bit of extra weight, but the drone can handle it. It may not be quite as aesthetically pleasing because it doesn't have the professional repair. And in fact, there's a major drawback to the approach I took in that I can't fold in the back leg anymore. But I'm just not bothered about it. I'm just not bothered about those little things. My priority is to have the device in the air, recording videos and photos. That's the reason I bought it. So that's my mentality. Look, if it was a more expensive drone or I was using it in a more professional capacity, I'd go down the road of the professional repair every time, because that's an investment into the future capability of your business. But for me with this drone here, I'm just using it for the last time I possibly can every time I use it. Because with a drone, there's so many variables and unpredictables that it could well be the last time you use it. Hey, that's just my thoughts anyway. I've got an inexpensive device. I'm going for the most inexpensive repair to get it back in the air. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to leave you some footage here from the Kapiti coast in Wellington, New Zealand. I hope you enjoy it. It's from New Year's Day. Happy New Year to you, and we'll catch you next time. Bye. Three, two, one, zero.